The most powerful priest in Egypt was that of the Priesthood of Thebes. Let's take a look at the degrees of initiation and the rites of initiation. To be initiated into the Priesthood of Thebes, one had to either be a pharaoh or an already high-ranking priest. The first step was for the initiate to be circumcised. Then they went through a period where they ate no pulse of fish and drank no wine. Next, he would be placed into a cave for several months and be asked to write down his reflections. After that period, he will be taken to the Pillars of Hermes and will be taught certain words and phrases. Once he memorized the words and phrases, the initiate would be blindfolded and would be taken to what was called the Gate of Men. He would be told to guard the gate for a while, and if he proved himself, he would enter to be questioned by the Hierophant. If he showed no fear, he would be asked to kneel, and with a sword to his throat would take his first vows. The Priesthood of Thebes, initiation into the second degree. Once the initiate finished with the Hierophant, he was then taken to a ladder and taught that it represented the wandering of the soul. Next, he was given information about medical lore and was taught his password, Amun, which meant secrecy. The start of the second degree began with a long fast, and that was officially of the degree of Necros. Next, he would be fed and tempted by beautiful women, who were generally the other priest's wives. If he didn't give in to their advances, he would proceed on to the Master of Ceremonies. The Master of Ceremonies would take him to an assembly where water would be poured over him. Then he would enter a room full of serpents. If he passed that test, he would be taken to two pillars representing east and west, and would be given secrets about geometry and architecture. The password for this degree was Hive, meaning serpent. Before starting the third degree of initiation into the Priesthood of Thebes, the initiate would be told the story of the fall of man. Next, he would be taught his sign, which was crossing the hands over the chest. And his duty was to wash the two pillars. Once the initiate was deemed ready, he was led into an atrium, into a doorway called the Gate of Death. The room was filled with copies of embalmed bodies and coffins, and with other dissectors and embalmers. In the center of the room lay the coffin of Osiris. After this, he was led into a hall and put before the king. The king would then offer him his crown. He was instructed to refuse the crown. The king would then take this as an insult and strike him in the head with a sacrificial axe. He would then be wrapped in bandages and taken to the sanctuary of spirits. There, he would face judgment of his life surrounded by men dressed up as other gods. Priesthood of Thebes, third and fourth degrees. After the initiate finished his ritual of life, death, and resurrection, he would be taught the oath of the third degree. He was told to never desire blood, to never leave a corpse unburied, and to believe in the resurrection of the dead and the judgment to come. He was then taught coffin decoration in a peculiar hieroglyphical script. The sign of this degree was an embrace, signifying the days of wrath. These days of wrath would last for a year and a half, and the initiate would spend this time in the lower chambers. In the fourth degree, the Battle of the Shades, the initiate would be given a sword and a shield. He would be taken through dark passages and ordered to defend himself. If he did so, he would be taken before the king again and given a great feast. There, he would have a ritualistic drink made of milk, honey, and wine, and something hypnotic. The demiurge would also be present at this feast. He would be told to go back into the cave and to return with the next person he saw's head. That person was a model or statue of Nephthys, the wife of Set, who was responsible for the death of Osiris. When he returned, he would offer it to the king, officially becoming of the Order of Isis, whose symbol was the owl. He would be marked down in the Book of Judges, and at any point in time hold counsel with the king or pharaoh.